Okay. Afternoon, all. I hope everyone is well. Let me have a look here. Sorry. Okay, we've had the non-farm payroll news this morning. Well, it's this morning for you guys. It's the afternoon for me. I've just got off a call actually with Nick, a trader buddy of mine. He's on here sometimes. Really nice guy. It's just give me a few pointers and just helping me improve and sort of make better decisions and all that. So I've just had a nice conversation with him. So I appreciate that, Nick. Really nice guy. But you know, I am lucky in a sense that I do get a lot of good support and some nice comments and so on and so forth. So there's some nice people out there, and you know, people want to see you do well because usually they've been in the same position that you're in, or they're in the same position that you're in currently. So who we got on the stream? It's all right. Take a little while. I've just moved my charts and screen around a bit. I've incorporated financial juice, some financial news which pops up in red if something's due to, because I had a bit of an issue yesterday. I was in a trade. I was in a trend actually. You just pop back quickly. Market is opened, but where was it? Yeah, I think it was in this one here. I can't remember now. I think it was this one. I had a trend drawn, I think, like this, something like that. And I think I took this one. I took the failure there, and it went up, and it literally dropped like a tank. So I'm still really unaware of exactly what that was. To me, it didn't look like a trap, and it moved that quick. I've never been trapped, and it's actually taken a 1.25 extra past my stop. The only reason I've ever had that is if I've traded into the news. So someone did say there was some sort of a news item, but I was unaware of it. It wasn't on my chart, so I'm still not 100% sure why that is. And I think someone said you got your chart drawn wrong, and I did ask if anybody else, and someone said no. But when I looked at Marco's chart, he had it drawn exactly the same. So I asked Marco, and he just said he thought that the failure I took was probably a little bit too far away, which I suppose in a sense it is really. Maybe the trouble is I left the higher low because we were congested at the moment. So anyway, let's get back. So that was that anyway. So it's a learning curve, isn't it? You know, we all make these mistakes. This business isn't easy. I'll sort that out after. This business isn't easy. So there we are. So who we got in now? It's all right. I've just keep glancing around to the wrong area of my chart because I've just moved some things around. So Wood, how you doing, Wood? All the best for today. Thank you very much, Wood. Watch out for larger channels. Yesterday wasn't easy. No, it certainly wasn't, mate. You're not wrong. Who else? Let's have a look. Jim, how you doing, Jim? Sam, you right, Sam? Leader loser? You got to change your name, brother. You really have. Leading winner. Change it to leading winner. Okay. Possible second entry short there. But we're a little bit floating around at the moment. We had that sort of the non-farm payroll, and we had a couple of big spikes up and down and then sort of feathered out. But I'm not exactly sure where we are at the moment, whether we are in a range or what. So let's look at that. So let's bring that down here. Okay, so we got the overnight lows, or early morning lows as we call them in the UK. So okay, I did look at that, but there was no signal bar anyway, and we're floating around this middle line, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. Anyway, I did take a 1.25 there. I looked at this bit of a trend here, and there was a perfect 2 legs down, 1 leg, 2 leg. Now the signal bar wasn't terrible, but it was below the EMA. So in fact, it was something I was chatting to Nick about. Second, you know, the importance of second legs, and that was a perfect second leg. So I believed it was going to go up. In hindsight, it was a riskier trade, which is why I decided to just take a 1.25 on it. But there we go. It is what it is. You're minus $75 down, are you already, bud? So I did anyway. It's a point and a quarter, so it's better than a kick in the teeth. Okay, that seem to be coming down here anyway. So I'm trying to get into the habit of not doing too many of these channels. Excuse me just a second. Sorry about that. My 14-year-old daughter just came in, decided to put socks on the dogs. Okay. Sorry, it's distracted me. Kids are off school at the moment. We've had a ton of snow overnight, so schools are shut. That's the trouble in the UK. We get 4 inches of snow and it cripples the whole country. So let's have a look. Oh, that's a new name. Let me have a look at that. How do I say that? Akashdeep? Is that right? Akashdeep? I've probably murdered that, haven't I? Akashdeep, I think. We are in a big down channel starting from the third top on the overnight highs. Third top, that will be there, yeah. That would make sense. Let's have a look. Okay, I'll agree there. Looks okay. Trouble is, sometimes you can get caught out on these. Trouble is, from what I can see at the moment. Hey, Scruffy, how you doing, mate? How you doing, lad? I got it right. Excellent. Fantastic. I've been trading the last 2 weeks, and I'm doing much better. Good for you, Wood. I watched Al Brooks before that, and I saw him speak out, shorting the top of candle, certain levels. We'll look at ICT. Thanks. I need to watch a little bit more of him, actually. Because he does a course, doesn't he? Have you just been watching some of his videos on YouTube, bud, have you? I know he has stuff on YouTube, but let's have a look. Okay, yeah, that I think that's I can't argue with that. I don't think channel looks quite good. Okay, let's remove that. We don't really need it. Just YouTube stuff, yeah, okay. I'll have another look over the weekend. That's what I tend to do now. My weekends, I do a little bit of study. I trade in the weekend and I do a little bit of study. Hopefully. Overnight lows are down here. It definitely looks rangy at the moment. Obviously, we have channels within ranges. So let's zoom in a little bit here and see. We got no more news for the day, so that's all done and dusted. Possible second entry short there.
Order submitted.
Oh, okay. Let's put a limit on this one. It's quite a big bar. No, tell a lie. It's not a second entry. I thought that broke. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. No. Okay, there it is, isn't it? Second entry short. Okay. I didn't really want to get into that. It was such a big bar, and there was almost like a bit of a channel there, which spooked me a little bit. Let's have a look. 4.75 is quite a big old bar, that. Excuse me a second. Yeah, first entry, it was a second entry short at the key entry point in a downtrend. How far has it gone down? Let's have a look. Yeah, I would have probably taken it at the bottom. Oh well, it's happened. The bar was a little bit too big for me. You know, sometimes when you see
canceled.
a setup. Let me have a look. That seemed to do a little bit of that to me. So it was a break, but it wasn't a new high. I'm just aware that every time it's come back here, it's come right to the top. So you know when you just get that sort of a little that's a shame, really, but oh well, nothing I can do about it. So I didn't want to just jump down in here because that wouldn't have been a 4 3/4. So tick above, tick below. It's a 5 1/4 bar trade, which is quite large. It's larger than I really probably should do. So look like one leg up to me. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. See that bar there, the wick on there did drop 1 tick below there, so it was a second entry, but it's only made, I think it's oh no, it has 1 tick above it. So we've got a break and a new high, but it's not really clear. And the bit that spooked me is I've been caught out with these so many times. That's you just don't know, do you? It's still a bit early days yet. But yeah, 2 real reasons, I think. One, it's a big bar, tick above, tick below, it's 5 1/4 points, which is a little bit too much, really. And we had this obviously would have looked a little bit better because we've obviously that's clearly a second entry. We've got a bit of a leg. It's almost a leg and let's have a look. Yeah, see, that one probably would have worked out a little bit better because you could have said that was a break, and but end of the day, it's done and dusted. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So coming down to the overnight lows now, so but that would have made quite a few points, but I'd have probably come out down here anyway, so it wasn't there. So it is what it is. So yeah. Hey, exactly. Put that down signal bar. Yeah, that was a bit big, wasn't it? Trouble is, if I'd have jumped in there, see, at least I'm a little bit up now. One more trade of 3 or 4 points, that set me up for the day, that would. What I'm trying to do is have this policy that we all get that little feeling, don't we? Something doesn't feel right. And obviously that's instinct, isn't it? And instinct is usually quite effective. So I try to listen to that voice now, but that you just don't know. It might have come back up here. If I'd have taken that, it might have popped above here, came back close, beautifully bearish, and tanked anyway. So the shame as we discussed. Yeah, absolutely. The previous second, yeah. At least that sort of would have been a bit clearer, wouldn't it? Obviously, the signal bar was no good anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to listen to that little voice inside that says, don't be an idiot. You know, the one. But that's quite a nice channel down there. It'd be interesting to see what it does when we get to the overnight lows, whether it continues down or not. But now I've been it's funny how that happens, really, isn't it? We get this news, whether it's sort of positive or negative, it seems to shoot off in that direction, and it seems to recover. Yeah, we sort of were here, weren't we? Then we flicked up. See, we couldn't even trade that if we wanted to, couldn't we? We couldn't guess whether we were going to go higher or lower because obviously within a split second you'd have been shafted. But then we went up, and now we've recovered it all. So all I can really do is put that there and just assume at the moment we're in a range. It's certainly ranging, really, isn't it? Does anybody see? We have this news indicator from Mac, and I only really have the high impact news and medium impact news. But yesterday, obviously, that spiked down. And that seemed to me more than a trap. I've been caught in plenty of traps, but I've never had one that goes through my stop. The only time I've ever had it go through my stop, I traded accidentally the news when I was on the demo. I had about a 3-point stop, and it took me out for about 5.5 points. That's the only time I've ever been taken out for more than my stop value when there's been news, because obviously the thing about news is everyone's sat with a finger on the button. So whether it's good news or bad news, traders are literally there waiting. They know when to enter. And that's why sometimes we get these violent moves. But I've never seen a move to take my stop out like that hasn't been related in some sense to the news. So I've had traps that go past my stop and take extra ticks. I've never had one go back 1.25 points though, and that's the bit that spooked me. Because I couldn't see where there was any short traders there. There was no obvious short traders. What I tend to do now, if I think there's a possible trap, I'll usually notice it. But I couldn't see. I'm not going to take anything down here any longer. I couldn't see if I just quickly flick back. I couldn't see where there was any longs in there. Where there was any shorts there. It was here, wasn't it? I came out of it. I can't see where. I mean, it came down literally in a split second. I can't see where there was any real traps there. And obviously we'd had this trend, which I think was valid. And I noticed on Marco's trade chart, he had exactly the same thing. So for me, that was a couple of legs down, a little bit of a correction, and market had. But I think the better trade, well, not necessarily. I mean, the higher low probably would have been the better one. But because it was sideways, I thought I wanted to let it break out. And it came down with that bar and then pushed up, finished on its high, which was a failure. So I thought that it was worth it maybe to the top. But sometimes things aren't just not meant to be. And I've just got to be accepting of that. So that'll come. Okay, so we've broken below the overnight lows. So these are the trades I'm staying out of now. They just get me in too much trouble. Bill, how you doing, Bill? Toad, good morning, my friend. Yeah, hard to do anything down here. Yeah, I've just been kicked in the teeth so many times. Down here, I mean, it's only touched once before. That doesn't really mean anything, does it? The only ones I tend to take tops and bottoms now in trends, in ranges, if it's come up here, it's come up again, and it's come up the third time, it goes above and it closes perfectly below that bar. And so does the last two times. So that would be obvious for me, and that's the only time I'll take it. And if I'm not coming into congestion, but for the most, you know, I used to get down to here and take a trade here, and I got trapped so many times. So I was chatting with Nick about that. He tends to avoid range tops and bottoms for the majority of the time, and I would say probably 75% of my losses would have been because of tops and bottoms. So, well, there's my answer, really. So we've touched nice here, ticked here, touched here, touched here. I think that's probably safer to assume there's a little bit of an overshoot there. Especially as this EMA is coming away from the top here, because it's going a bit steeper. Usually it wanted to go a bit steeper. I think that's what's caused that little overshoot. Yeah, sometimes my problems can come with drawing these bigger channels, but for me, you know, I mean, an uptrend really consists of higher highs and higher lows, which that does really. We went up, came back, went up, came back, went up, came back. Obviously we pushed up, not quite as high, But that's where I went wrong, which is why I just went for a point and a quarter. Because to me, it was two perfect legs back. I'm starting to appreciate the power of legs and how they can really give you a strong indication of where, you know, the market might then move in the opposite direction. So, but it's all one big school session, isn't it, trading? You're learning every day. So all I've got to do, yeah, Nick mentioned about someone mentioning to him about treat it like a business, which I think I need to focus a little bit more on. That is a second entry short.
Order submitted.
Actually, let's forget that. We've had that overshoot, haven't we?
Order cancelled.
It may work, it may not. Something doesn't feel right. Sometimes overshoots can make the market move in the opposite direction. So I don't want to be on the opposite side of this. And yeah, and we're at the bottom as well. We've broken the overnight lows, so that could also mean, so it's highly probable that may tick a couple of ticks. I mean, it might come down, but it doesn't look like what I would call a comfortable, safe trade, and we look like we're going sideways, so there's probably not just me unsure of what to do here, and that's usually the result. Going sideways, there's uncertainty. Okay, so we're at the bottom of this. Are we going up? Are we going down? Now that's triggered now, but it hasn't gone down as quick as it may do. So I think the choice to to forget the trade was probably a good one. I would probably say it would likely to, but it's, yeah, likely to isn't enough really, is it? I want that comfortable, relatively certainty feel, and this looks like it's going to stop me out anyway. I think that's probably quite a commonplace for a trap there. Yeah, that's going to take me out there. So, okay, good decision to forget that one. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of a bounce as well there, so might mean there was a few in there. So, if you have an overshoot, don't short. Yeah, which is why I decided to leave it. So, one leg, two legs, bullish sign, yeah. Took the failure, but for 1 point. That one there, did you? Yeah, it's probably worth a point, that, because you're likely to pick up some stops, which is going to give you a little bit of momentum. Okay, so that's clearly broken higher than that leg, so let's assume now we're either going to come down, we're going to stay where we are, or we're going to go up. I think I'm right in saying that. So you took that failure for 1 point. Fail second entry short, yeah. That one there. Yeah, see, a lot of people won't take them there, but it's not necessarily as important on what the signal bar is. I think it's almost certain you're going to pick up some stops there, which is likely to take you to at least a point, I'd have said. I used to do that sometimes. Used to take the traps, but when I got away from taking a point, traded a point, I stopped them. So, okay, let's see if this is going to come down and make a new low. Yeah, I think from what I can see how that's touching here, nice. That for me is the safer option. I think is always to treat it as an overshoot and then expect the unexpected the other side. So this might likely come down, but it often results in something else coming out the other side. So And I've been trapped in these as well sometimes when you have a break, tending to not come down that far. Yeah, I've just got to pick the quality. See, I tend to go for 3.5 to 4 points. And I think the good trades comfortably do that and a lot more in some cases. And I think I need to focus on the good trades, the ones that really jump out at you as completely obvious. They're the ones I need to focus on. And then all I really need to do is find a trade a day, even one trade a day. Possible second entry along there, but I'm not convinced we're not coming down here. So, and it's congested anyway. So, safer option is to forget that. We may have a couple of legs down, but yeah, I need to focus on the better quality trades and then leave my 4 points there, or 3.5 points, whatever I decide to take. But obviously, I've got to make sure I've got enough room. There's no point in going for 4 points if you've only got 2 points to the bottom. Okay, second entry long, which is triggered. Let's see if this comes down and stops. I'm trading for 8 months using Pat's method. Should I go for 2 points or stick to the basic 1 point scalp? Well, let me tell you why I change from 1 to 2, and then you can make your own decisions. I quite often took 1 point. Now, if I got 4 winning trades in a row, and I got 4 points, and at the moment, see the ATR is about 3.5 points. So tick above, tick below, it's 4 point risk. So if I'd made 4 points on 4 winning trades, 1 loss would take them out, and that used to heartbreak me. So what I did is I looked at Daniel's chart that he used to post a little bit more on the Facebook group, and I went back on his trading chart every day for a fortnight, for 2 weeks, and I think I counted around about 35 trades. Included in those was a few marked high, slightly more riskier trades. But every single one of those trades made 2 points or more. So for me, the decision was easy. It was a no-brainer for me. Now, lately, because markets have been so volatile, I've got into some trades. For instance, here, the trade I just mentioned back there, which went up 6 ticks and then dropped dramatically. So, from my personal opinion, this is what I do personally. I like to do 2 points or more. I tend to go for, but you are going to lose a few more trades. But I believe you're going to, if you can control yourself, you're going to win more money or win more trades or win more points, whatever you want to describe it. But it's a personal thing. Not everyone likes to do it. Some people stick to a point still. Some people go for 6 ticks. Some people go for 2 points. But some traders that I follow, like the Gorilla guy, goes for a minimum of 5 points. The Penguins guy goes for a minimum of 1 to 1. Who's the guy that works with Marco? Top pick trading, Taylor. He goes for a minimum of 4 points. Well, 4 points he goes for. So I try to go for around about the 3 to 4 points, somewhere around there. And I would say, if you're scalping a point, it's up to you. It's entirely up to you. But for me, it was a no-brainer to go from 1 point to 2 points. And usually the good trades will always make more than 2 points. So the decision's yours, really. But don't go betting your money on it. Try it on a demo first. You know, if you've only been trading 8 months, you're probably going to be on a demo anyway. So do it on a demo and try it. That's all you can do. or stick to a point and then go through your chart at the end of the week and work out every trade you did, as long as it was a good trade and you didn't get trapped. But look at every trade and you better work out yourself whether it's worth going. Because if you're doing 10 trades in a week, 40 trades over the last month, and 39 of them made more than 2 points, then there's your answer. So it's a personal thing, but that's my 2 cents on it. Yeah, I'll leave that one to you. But if you're going to do it, don't do it with real money. A good trader makes 1-to-1 every time. The math speaks for itself. 1-to-1. Yeah, 1-to-1's my feeling. The thing about a 1-to-1 is if you lose a trade and then you win a trade, you're even. Whereas going for a point, you win 4 trades and you lose one at ATR, because the ATR is above 3.5, tick above, tick below, plus commissions, you're in the red. So if you win 4 1-point scalps and you lose one, you're in the red. And that for me is just heartbreaking. And I personally don't believe you need to do that. Now, what I will say is if you're someone like Daniel or Mac or Marco that have been trading a long time and you're very proficient and you've got big pockets, big bank accounts, then, if you're trading 20, 40 plus contracts, then obviously if you trade for 1 point, you can make quite a lot of money out of that. So you might not necessarily need to go for more. From my experiences talking to other traders, when traders have bigger pots, they usually go for a little bit less. Their risk's usually a little bit less, because if you've got a nice big pot of, say, I don't know, 50,000, and you can afford to trade 10 contracts and you're making $500 on each trade, then, but it's a personal thing that. You're welcome. But yeah, try the demo, see what you think, Once you've been trading long enough, you'll know, because you'll know if you come out here and the market went like that on nearly every trade you've done, then you'll know to make your own decisions. But the trouble is, when you do start and you get into that mindset of going for a point, it can be excruciatingly painful when you go from 2 points, because obviously, naturally, you're going for an extra point. Sometimes it can take quite a bit longer for a trade to materialize. So okay, 1 leg, 2 legs. Now we're either going to continue to go up, go sideways, or come down. There is a possibility that we could come down and retest this bottom, but we shall see. Now that it's not a second entry long, it is a failure. There's an equal low. Try to go 1 stroke. It's a failure. But we have run 2 legs, so I'm leaving this because I think it is possible we could come down and make a new low. This may end up doing something like this, see. I'm not saying it will, but it could end up doing something like that by the end of the day, or, so, which is why I'm, signal bar's not pretty anyway, so. It could continue to do that, see, so, my doubt is that we may come down and retest this bottom or make a new low. I would think that would be possible. 1 leg up, 2 legs up. So that those legs have played, so it could come down. So, which is why I've left that. We got a matching low there, so you can recount that one. So there's your first low. There's your second low failure, which is triggered, but it's looking a little bit scary to me. I would prefer second entry long, but I am aware of this. Let me get an order ready, just see how this finishes, because this is a safer looking.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
It's got a big old bar, that is.
Order submitted.
Something that's niggling me a little bit about that.
Order canceled.
It is a second entry long off the key entry point. But I'm a bit nervous about that because it is possible that it could come down and retest. So these bars today, yeah, you're not wrong, mate. I don't think the trade was bad. It's just because we've had two legs up. I think there's a possibility it could come down and retest this, and that makes me nervous, especially with such a big bar. And as I'm seeing that coming down, my arse would be twitching. I think it's likely it's going to go up. But took it, did you? Okay. It's getting a little bit bouncy for me now, so that's what's making me nervous. I would have had my order probably here. So it looks like it's going to do all right. There's probably going to be some short strap there as well, so if it does break above there, it might do with a little bit of vigour. Okay, that's made a new high, so that would have worked. I did consider coming in here, but I just wanted to be aware that there is a possibility we could come down. Although we have had an overshoot, and an overshoot can often mean a reversal, but how much would I got out of that? I thought I got in down here maybe. Okay, so it would have worked out okay. Deep limit, yeah, limit was the, excuse me. Yeah, limit order was, and that to be done really, because that was a fair old chunky bar, wasn't it? Yeah, 1.752, 3, 4.7, 5.5 points. That's not right, is it? Surely? Yeah, it is. 5.5 points. Tick below, 6 points. That's a big old risk, that is. Is that right? 0.75, yeah. Yeah, got to get him down here, really. If you got him down here, okay, that was okay. I mean, once, twice. We had it was confirmed. The only slight doubt I had was we're going to retest these because that looked pretty bearish for me. But we had a breakout. But it's not necessarily been confirmed that you just don't know. We might have pushed up, had a bit of the news, and then slowly come down and moved out the bottom. So have a good trading day weekend, Lance. Got a study for my history test. Good on you, mate. Do your studies. Absolutely. I have today. Good on you, mate. Good on you. Good on you. Don't forget, we haven't got a queen anymore. We've got a king, just in case that comes up in conversation. So, yeah, have a great weekend, mate. Have a great weekend. Incidentally, if you do have any newish traders or new guys and you're looking to trade, I can highly recommend Mac at priceactiontradingsystem.com. It's $125 for the year. You won't find a cheaper trading system than that anywhere. That I would put money on. And that's what the majority of us are doing here. Priceactiontradingsystem.com. So that's there. Also, we have this evaluation been extended. 80% off at the moment. I have a code there. If you use it, I'd appreciate it. That helps me able to trade full time at the moment. That little bit extra covers my trading. And I just work weekends at the moment. 12, 14 hours on a Saturday and Sunday, and that enables me to trade Monday to Friday. So if you're after one, that's the code there. And it's 80% off because I'm for about another week and a half, just under 2 weeks, I think. Okay, we're coming up to this midline now. There is a little bit of congestion here. I'm guessing there's some further over as well. Yeah. Yeah, around about there. Little bit here, some here, and a bit there as well. So I wouldn't be shocked if we came out here and broke out. There is a second entry long there. It looks bullish, but it's a big bar, and there's not a lot of room to the highs, and there's some big old bars coming now. That's 4.25, so a tick above, tick below. That's 4.75. It's still quite a big bar, and it's a bit too far away from the EMA for me. And with this congestion here, I wouldn't be shocked if we did come out. I wouldn't be shocked for a second if that gets stopped out. I've used a couple of codes of yours. We'll probably pick up a few more. Thanks, Toad. I appreciate that, mate. Yeah, if you'd have took that second entry long, you'd have triggered you and stopped out. I'd say this is coming out here now. It's also a failure. I still think it's possible to retest these lows. Possible. My goal is to have 10 accounts and make $1,500 a day, which I find easy to target. Absolutely. That's the beauty of having 10 accounts. You don't need a lot of money a day. I mean, if you can get, say, $100 a day, that's $2,000 a month. If you get to the second month or 2 or 3 months ahead, you can afford to take that, get 5,000 in there or something, and then take 2,000 out of each account. That's $20,000 a month. That is a serious chunk of change. $20,000 a month. I'll be extremely happy. Okay, now we're going to... that for me is a clear trend. Bounce multiple times. Are we going to make a new high, or indeed are we now going to come down and retest these bottoms? I'm in favour of coming down personally. I think it's more likely to do that. That's my personal opinion. Don't listen to me. Absolutely, mate. Yeah. Good for you, Toad. You got up those dreams. In fact, I took a screenshot of something yesterday. Something I'm going to print out, see if I can find it. Just a few words on a piece of paper I saw. Can't remember what it was. What did I do with it now? There's no real entry there anyway. I start having a few of these little printed out words of wisdom around me, just to give me a little bit of a lift if I'm finding things hard, just to give me a little bit of positivity. It's not quite made a new high there, but I'll be a bit nervous now going along there. In fact, I'd say that it's probably what it's doing at the moment. Okay. Yeah. I think we're in a little bit of a range here myself. See if this comes down here. It is a possible failure, but I'm not expecting to go up at the moment. We've tried to do it. Maybe we'll try and do it again. I don't know. But I think this looks more like a range to me. Big trend. A little bit of a correction. So we may come down. Yeah. The trouble is you're getting them, you think, break new high. Not necessarily in a range. There's probably going to be some longs in there. Possibly there as well. So if we get below there, oh, we've already got below there. I'm not paying attention there. I don't know. I'm not convinced about going long just yet. I'd say there's a good chance we're going to come down here. There's no real entry there, only picking the bottoms. It's actually not looking too bad, but I'm trying to give up these. Well, it's gone crap now. I'm still in favour of coming down here personally. What was I going to show you? Oh, sorry. Let's get rid of him. You don't want that. That's my mug from winter. Sorry about that. It's like there was a picture I... Is that it? No, sorry. That was me from a long, long time ago. Sorry, no, I can't find it. Sorry if I've just jammed a big winter picture of me in front of your face. No, I can't find it now. No, it was just a picture that had something printed. Let's see if I can find it. It's just something that stuck in my head. I thought, oh yeah, success. Let's have a look. Success is measured against achieving your own goals and ambitions. Always do your best in everything and you will achieve success. Overcome fear. Failure will lead to success in the future. If you believe you can, you can. I kind of like that. It's printed in the bottom half of an A4 sheet, which kind of looks kind of nice, and I'm going to print that out later and put it near my computer and a little picture. I kind of like little things like that just give me a little bit of a lift. Somebody told me about a year ago they were out walking their dog. I forget who it was now, and they were walking their dog near this lake, and they saw this heron sat on this piece of trunk, and it was sat there for about half an hour. They'd walked around this lake, and they saw it dive down in and pick up this fish, and he kind of liked the fact that it was just sat there, sort of studying and just waiting for that exact moment. So he said he printed it out on a picture and he put it near his trading screen. I kind of like that, so I did it myself. Okay, that it's broken out the bottom and pull back in. I'm still not convinced we're coming down, so I'm just not getting into anything just yet. That is a second entry. So yeah, I quite like these little things to give me a bit of a lift. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Down here. Yeah, we may end up getting something like that over time, but retesting this bottom is what I've got in my mind, and I think if it comes here, I think there's a good chance we'll make a new low after that. That for me was a bit of a correction. So that's my thoughts, which is why I didn't really want to go long there. If I went long gear, which a lot probably did, they're probably going to have their orders up here, and then it just hightailed. I know sometimes I can get into a little bit of a fake mindset thinking we've made this, we have to make a new low. We don't. I'm just missing trades where I think it's possible, so I'm just trying to clear my head a little bit and just be open to the fact that we may do and we may not. I'm just trying to be a little bit overall safer. Or we may have a bigger range. That's possible as well. So that. Yeah, that's possible. I'm still open to the fact there that we're likely to test these lows. Sorry, the bottom of this range, and maybe here. There was a second entry short there, but I'm still not convinced, and it's too far away from the EMA for my comfort. There is some congestion around here as well. Somewhere around there. I think we're going to be in a down channel. We certainly could be. There is a little bit of congestion here, so it may flit around here for a minute. This is where I think it's also likely to make a new low. We'll see. And funnily enough, a little bit of sideways there, that's sitting where I've marked that line, is sitting right in the middle line, and it's funny how, so you think these markets are random sometimes, they're not, are they? They've stopped in exactly the same places. I think it'll get through, but sometimes it takes a couple of bounces. Maybe some longs there. We've broken out of this, 2 legs back. Maybe some longs there. Trying to catch the bottom, maybe. So if it gets below here, it may hit that. I expect it to hit the bottom then. It's literally just bounced off there, isn't it? Just wondering if this is a bigger range. See if this comes back down now. Still a bit too early. Sometimes you can get that too focused on that as opposed to the smaller bits. And sometimes the bigger picture can get you in a bit of trouble. Come on then, let's have you down here. Yeah, it's getting quite volatile, isn't it? Seems to be bouncing off the bottom of there a little bit. I still expect it to make this leg, if not down here. Let's just clear this chart up a little bit. Big gap in the middle, isn't there? Was a failure there, which is triggered. That's what's concerning me. If that breaks down here, then I think we're definitely coming down a bit quicker. There was a failure, a long failure there. Sorry, short failure, which is going to get taken out, I think. Okay, now let's have you down here now. Once it gets below here. I could see this just jumping quickly. Just the way it seems to be that, you know, sometimes it'll do that. It'll go up down really quickly, won't it? And then just down it'll go. Or up it'll go. Got your $50. Good on you, mate. Are you done, are you? Good for you, mate. Good for you. A winner that counts. Good on you, mate. Have a good weekend, buddy. Gonna bring that down there. Just no, I still think that's a mistake to do that just yet. One leg, two leg once we get below here. There's a lot of volatility. Yeah, did anyone download the new Ninja Trade? I haven't done. I'm sure there was something. I got an email from Apex saying we don't need to, so I kind of, you don't want to, you don't want to rock the boat. Yeah, that's why I thought about drawing that up a channel just to see where this bounced off. Yeah, I'm sure the Apex email I had says that you don't need to. I can't see in that load of stuff there. Let's just see if that uses that. I'm trying to avoid doing this so much. I just thought, see what happens when it gets to the top of this, see if that's where it comes down, because that looks like a couple of legs there. Trying to, yeah, exactly. Sometimes you start adjusting things and things don't work the same. And my experience of life is if it ain't broken, don't try and fix it. See what this does now. Okay, so that's closed right on that line. Let's see what the next one does. You were in that long, were you? Did you go there? Second entry along there. See, people call that a doji. That's one tick off being the perfect bar, isn't it? So I don't quite... Doji for me is when it's right in the middle and there's complete balance in buyers and sellers. In other words, uncertainty. Okay. Break. Pushes down to a new low. That should make that. Yeah, so for me it's ranging at the moment. Still think we may get a touch of this bottom, but I don't know. We'll see. That is a failure. I don't like the way we just had that big red bar though. Yeah, I'm not convincing myself we're going lower. I'm just not taking anything high or low at the moment, just to give it a chance to sort itself out in case it does. Kirk. Anyone else getting weird errors in Ninja Trader when placing a limit order? No. What you need to do is just shut it down, get rid of your what they called. Someone else will help me now. If you go into Ninja Trader and into the DB file and delete the ticks, the minutes, and something else, which basically gets rid of all the cache, and then restart it, or just try restarting it, see what happens. You are? Oh, you really? Perhaps it may be an issue with Ninja Trader. I've had nothing as yet. Yeah, it's clearly arranging a little bit. We'll give it a go. Yeah, I forget how to do it now. You go into Ninja Trader. I better not do it just in case. I think you go into Ninja Trader and there's you go into the DB file. I don't want you to tell you in case I get it wrong. But what it does is it just gets rid of all the cache. There's something going on with Rhythmic. Okay. Maybe Rhythmic then. Maybe Rhythmic. Mine didn't. $1,400 up. Good on you, mate. You got back that day's loss you had the other day, and a bit extra. Good for you, mate. Could have easily been the opposite. Well, yeah, the fact is you're up. That's the main thing. Well done for having the balls to sit there. Trouble is, have you noticed your trading and your emotions can be different from day to day? You get a really good day and you're up, aren't you? You're really confident. You think you've cracked it. And then you get a bad day and you feel like a pig on roller skates again, don't you? Strange. Biden's supposed to speak, isn't he? 10:45. I've got some news on here, I have. Somebody mentioned financial juice. What it is, it's just a bunch of, I'll tell you what, if I drag it in, I kind of like this. It's just any sort of new news comes up, and if it's important news, we get that. And same again, I kind of like that. Tells you came with the NFP as well, so it gives you anything that might affect it or coming up, it gives you it in red. So I've got that. Financial juice. Somebody mentioned it here yesterday. I wanted to try and keep a little bit of news and just have a glance from time to time just to see if there's a fact. Yeah. I noticed Marco has something. I forget what he uses now. Can't play limit orders at all in Ninja Trader. G Money, how you doing, mate? You as well? Not good. Anyone know what's up? I don't know. Have a look on one of the Apex sites. Usually they're the. Let me have a look. Usually they're the first places you hear them mentioned. Let's have a look. In there. Oh yeah, 7 minutes ago, I'm getting this error, and that my ATM strategy stop and start talking to plan my trade. Please help. Someone's put me too. Yeah, it's happening to me. Yeah, you're not on your own, mate. I wouldn't. You just have to sit tight, and usually they are sorted out pretty good. So yeah, you're not on your own there. Others are having problems. It's an Apex error message that will show up, but the order still places. Yeah, that's the trouble. Is it makes you a bit nervous then, doesn't it? Let's see if I can do something down here.
Order cancelled.
Okay, yeah. Right. Okay, I'm getting it as well. Yeah, okay. Well, that's not good, is it? My amount's still the same. Close. Make sure I've got anything there. Let's just check there's nothing there. No flattens there. Let's check nothing there. Flatten orders. Yeah. Only active orders. Oh shit, what's that? What's going on here? Cancel all orders. Oh, I shouldn't have done anything. Cancel all orders. I'm glad I did it now and not on a trade. I can't see any orders. Did you update Ninja Trade? No, I didn't, because I got a message from Apex saying I didn't need to. Problems with Rhythmic. Let me just have a quick check, see if anything's showing. Nothing else yet. Let me just check if there's any orders showing. Working buy settle open close. No, I got nothing. Okay. Cancel orders. What I'm going to do as well is just forget it. It's just go into my Apex account and just check. You can click log in. Flatten accounts. Flatten accounts. All exit positions. Are you sure? Yeah. Just to be on the safe side. Okay. Okay, that's made me a bit nervous. Go to Rhythmic, that's where the orders will trigger. Yeah, I've just had to look there. I might keep that open actually. What is it, Sam? Is it all Apex Trader Dashboard or Trader Dashboard? It'd be the Apex one, won't it? I think. Okay, let's leave that there just in case. God, that's just a pain in the arse you don't need, isn't it? It's frustrating, isn't it, when you're trying to, well, I don't say make a living, because I haven't done that yet, but trouble is you get a nice setup now. What do you do? Damn, that's frustrating. That's where the order will trigger. Positions tab. Yeah, these are my orders here. They're the orders. These are positions. So my positions are all. There's nothing there anyway. So that's frustrating. That is. To go and shut down manually through Rhythmic. Yeah. There's nothing showing on Rhythmic at the moment. Is it Trader Dashboard that's showing the little cash bag, Sam? Or is it the like the treasure chest Trader Dashboard? that's why you've got the $1,400. You'll have to give it all back. Oh, that'd be a shame, wouldn't it? That'd be a shame if they took that off your balance. Oh, crikey. No, it doesn't matter, does it? They won't do that. They won't do that. Can turn off bracket orders and just use buy market orders to close. Oh, now you've confused me. I'm nervous now. To make manual no brackets. Oh, God, I hate doing that. Oh, that's frustrating. Cash bag, that's the one, is it? Okay, it's showing two, but there's nothing showing there. Let's have that. It's saying active, but there's no movement. There'll be movements in the balance, won't there? Pretty sure. Working by quantity. No, there's nothing there. Let me just keep that on the screen somewhere. Let's put it to the top. That's just the ball that you don't need in it. You watch, we'll get a couple of beauty trades now. But yeah, if you look at the balance, usually there's movement. I've got nothing at the moment. So that's another thing I like about streaming. I had a problem with the trade copier, and I spoke to a lady called Marion, and I explained what happened, and she looked into it and told me what it was, and she refunded me. But I did tell her I was streaming in front of about 80 people at the time. So the thing about that, when you're streaming in front of people, if something goes wrong, other people see it, and that sometimes can maybe put people off buying the trade copies. So they were quite quick to apologise and give me the amount back. So that's the idea I like about trading, because if something does go wrong, at least you've got it recorded, so you can look back yourself, or at least maybe prove to Apex, you know. So it's quite useful, that is. I just don't like the fact that they're still showing. Cancel all orders. Flatten. Active orders. Okay, they've all gone anyway. Okay. This is still my target at the moment. The fact is, we got higher highs and higher lows. The fact is, this seems to be coming down a bit. Not that I'm getting that focused on. We are going shorter, but it's a possibility, which is why I'm not too interested in going long off here. Yeah, Biden's about to speak, I think. Or is he speaking now, is he? Can anybody hear that coming through the speakers? Pause it just in case. I can turn the volume down anyway. Yeah, he's due to speak now, I think. I can turn the volume down on that anyway, I think. So let's have a look. Yeah, I think he's due to speak now, so that may... Nervous about taking a trade now. And if something does go wrong, they're usually pretty good in in resetting it or something. Just sent a ticket to Apex. Yeah, great. Weird error. Yeah, just make sure you go onto your... You can... Obviously, I've got mine. Let's have a look. Mine won't move down here. You can quickly see that. I won't let you know it. But... Uh-oh. What's going on there? Uh-oh. 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 What's going on? Sorry about this. Let me get it back in a second. Okay. Where's the other bit? There's something missing. That's it. No, I've already got it. Sorry about this. Something didn't like something. What's going on here? Ah, okay. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. You can probably still see it okay, can't you? It's just got a little bit south for me. P&L, orders and positions, okay. Everything's where it should be, I think. Let's move that over there. Let's move that over there. Okay, things are back to normal. Something didn't like something. Possible second entry short, congested. Every time it's come back here, well, started here, it's bounced off this bottom. So technically that has, yeah, technically that's. So I think it's risky going short here. Second entry short. Yeah. Okay, let's just watch. What's going on now? Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. If it's that's popped up like that. Okay. Possible second entry short. Tempted, but there's not much room to the lows, and I just think it's a bit risky, personally. That has played out, but although I am thinking it's likely we're going to get a new low, it's just risky because every time it's come down here, it's pushed off. And that now may trap some shorts, so it's hard to say. Hopefully, when I get this new internet, we're going up to a gigabit speed, I can change the latency on YouTube, which should take it from about 12 to 15 seconds to about 2 seconds. So you'll be about 2 seconds behind. So, okay, that's made a. In fact, that's broken that low. Yeah, that's why I didn't take that. Just a bit risky here. So that's likely to take out some shorts there. Mind you, hopefully most who took that second entry short will be out by now. Yeah, it definitely seems to be ranging, doesn't it? Let's clean some of this up. So we've had that short-term trend, so we've had a break, and we've clearly had a couple of new lows, and we've bounced off. It does seem to be, in fact, seems to be sitting. In fact, let's remove that and bring this down, because for me it's sat right on the bottom of them. Yeah. So, yeah, touch, touch. One tick below it, one tick below it. So I'd say that's probably a better option for the bottom. Yeah, there was a second entry short there, which made probably about 4 or 5 points. Yeah, you'd have got 4 and 3/4 up to that. It's working fine now. I'm too scared. In fact, let me just have a look. Let's do a buy
Order
Okay,
cancelled.
it's not working for me now. Let's just check. I've closed everything. No. Flatten all orders. Active orders. Oh, no, it's got rid of them. Flatten orders. Only active orders. Okay. Okay, bear with me, guys, a second. What I'm going to do is just shut this down, and then I'm quickly going to shut down Rhythmic and reopen it. So just bear me a second. Okay, bear me a sec. There's a picture of me anyway for you to look at, and that's my empire, or it's going to be, maybe. Where's Rhythmic? Okay. Let me just reopen it. See if I can reboot everything. Log in. Ah, Rhythmic Trader Pro is successfully updated to the latest version. Oh, perhaps that may have been an issue. So, okay, well, okay, so that's that sorted. Right, let's get back into Ninja Trader. For some reason, it seems a lot more than 12 seconds behind today. For some reason, I don't know why. Hmm. Okay. Well, that's bounced right off the bottom, that has. Okay. Let's try dropping an order in. Buy limit.
Order submitted.
No, still doing the error. Okay, now it's showing.
Order cancelled.
Just check everything's okay there. Yeah. Something's still not filled. That bloody not be filled. It's becoming a ball like. No. Only active orders. Okay. Filter orders. Filled orders. This is doing my head in. This is cancel all orders. Well, nothing's moving. Let me just check. Sorry about this. Just moving up the way. Cancel orders. This is frying my brain, this is. Rhythmic shows my original order is cancelled, but somewhere I don't just trust it. Yeah, Panda Guy mentioned rhythmic issues as well. Right, so it's not just us. I don't like the way that's showing there. Orders, nothing's in orders. Oh, this is not what you want, is it? I had a feeling I was going to have a good day today. Shut it down, reopen, and updated. Yeah, I did it. That's what happened. Don't like the fact that that's just sitting there like that. Cancel all orders. Usually just get rid of that. What version of Ninja? I'm on 8 at the moment. It was updated. Was it about 6 months ago when they changed something, didn't they?
Order canceled.
Sorry about that. Okay, let's try it again. Sorry to be a pain, but I just can't. Let's, I'll tell you what. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do first. Now, this is probably going to mess my old system up, but let's just get rid of all this first. Where's that come up now? Okay. Historical data. Let's get rid of all that. Might knacker me. Window, exit, stop. Right, let's open Rhythmic again. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to move that up out of the way. Now let's open Ninja Trader again. Yeah, I thought. Sorry, JT, I just noticed that. Yeah, I got an email saying don't update it. I haven't done. Sim's not affected. Yeah, Biden's about to speak now. There's some geezer speaking on him first, I think. It's taking its time. Yeah, it does take a little bit longer. So it's still brought those up, isn't it? Bloody hell, get rid of. Cancel all orders. Filter orders. Only active orders. Okay. I don't have to put another order in there because
Order canceled.
it's doing the same. Well, that's no good, is it? If you want to trade, no, I don't know. Is there a 0.2 paying for extra data? Is there or not? Does it make a difference? I don't quite get it. My group had an issue earlier today.
Order canceled.
No, still getting that. It says Apex something error. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. That's Apex. Hold on a second. Trade copier. I'm trading 95. There's me sim. We haven't rolled over anything, have we? 95 is a lead account. 95. Drop that back down there. Let's try again.
Order canceled.
Let's just kick in this. Let's try a buy stop limit.
Order submitted. Order cancelled.
Oh well, I got no idea, which is damn frustrating because if I miss if you miss an order, it's just blooming frustrating, isn't it? Well, if anybody hears anything, let me know. Yeah, I was just in that same error, not sure what's going on. No, I don't either. Trouble is with manual orders. Things can go wrong. Biden speaking at the moment, or due to speak if the market spikes. Just too risky, isn't it? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I'm certainly not going to take any trades until this sorts itself out. What time is it now? How long have we been going for? Let's get rid of that for now anyway. An hour and 40 minutes. You have market data order. Hold on a minute. Yeah, it shouldn't really happen this, should it? Recent orders. No. No, mine's looking okay. I'm just going to take a screenshot of mine, just in case. Well, this is not fun, is it? Let me just get one of those orders up again, see if...
Order submitted.
Just close everything. Nothing's coming up anyway. Order book. Let me just do that again.
Order submitted.
No. Close. No, there's nothing there anyway, so... No, something's not right, is it? No, it's rejecting it. Yeah, that might be the process. First of all, it was getting stuck. Now it's rejecting it. Chances are it might work next time then. So let's see what's happening.
Order submitted.
Sell limit. Okay. Now that's working. Usually when stuff like that happens, things start
Order
to work
canceled.
again. Let's just try another one. Buy
Order
limit.
submitted.
Okay, that's working fine. So I think, hopefully, fingers crossed,
Order cancelled.
they've sorted the problem out. Usually when it kicks you out, it's not even opening, then it's kicking you straight out. So they've obviously changed something, so everything seems to be working now. So let's just do a buy limit.
Order submitted.
That's working fine.
Order cancelled.
Buy stop. Market.
Order submitted.
Yeah, okay.
Order
Okay,
cancelled.
everything's working okay. Biden's talking now and he's got a big smile on his face. I'm guessing that's why it's market's going up, isn't it? Okay, so let's get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. Limit orders are working against me fine. Yeah. Limit orders.
Order submitted.
Yeah. Let's just check their move. Yeah. Everything's working fine.
Order cancelled.
Okay. Happy days. Finally, we move on. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Fingers crossed. Right, what's going on now? I did mark that earlier, so let's see if that's a possibility. Possible. Or it might just be measured leg. Yeah, okay, I'm not sure whether that is a channel, so I'm going to remove it and just play the short the short game. So, one leg up, two legs up. Let's have a look. Touch there, touch there, touch there, right to the nearest tick. And now we're coming down. So, could be up, could be down. I don't know at the moment. We've all had rejection off large measured move up. Yeah. It's whether it comes down and bounces off here and goes higher, doesn't it? It's hard to say what we're doing at the moment, but one leg up, two leg up, it's hard at the moment, isn't it? It's not clear, really, is it? There's no reason why it would come down. So, although we've had this overshoot, so I'm not necessarily convinced we're going to come down and break this low. We may do at some point, but that's out of my head at the moment. So we might just be retesting this top. Played that out anyway, so let's just pop that in there. Yeah, the old fella's speaking now. Nobody can hear, can they? I've got the volume turned down, so he's got to be the oldest president you guys have had, hasn't he? Can't think. I know. What did Reagan? I don't think Reagan was that old, was he? Reagan was in his 70s, wasn't he? Okay. Some trend channel break, possible new low. Thing is, EMA's up at the moment. I'm just not convinced we're going. I don't know what we're doing at the moment. Are we like making? Yeah. Oh, you can hear him, can you? So I've got the volume off. You can tell me if you can definitely hear him, because I've got the volume switched off. Talking. You can hear him on your side or mine. Just say Midlands accent though. I don't know what's going on here. Just tell me if you can hear him from my stream and I'll delete it. I've got the volume down, so you shouldn't be able to. Okay, short-term trend channel break. New low, but we just bounced off the top of this bit of a range, so I'm not convinced I want to go up or down, really. Hey, just hear me. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I can see him. Yeah, proper old sounding bloke. That's me. I don't even know why I'm watching if I can't hear him. It's not doing me any favours. Okay, short-term trend channel break. We're looking for a new low there. Because you're old. I am old. 53, proper old. I'm still in the peak, I am. Well, I like to think I am. My wife will probably tell you otherwise. I used to be quite fit back in my day. Back in the day. Okay, that's probably going to be 2 legs here. Let's have a look. Let's see if we do come back down into this. I don't think. Hold on a second. Where are you from, B? Are you from the UK or not? Oh, Top Pick Trading has just popped a quick video on of a trade he did in that. Oh yeah, it was. He took it at the bottom of that downtrend. Where did he take it? Did he take that one? Did he? I can't remember. I have to go back and have a look at that. Okay, there's a failure there, but it's a bit too far away from the EMA, and I don't know. I'm just not convinced I know where we're going at the moment. It's a bit choppy. If we are going up, I expect it to come down a bit lower, but it's a bit too early, isn't it? It's a bit too risky. I mean, it kind of fits, but not fits there. It fits nice here, but it's just hard to say at the moment, isn't it? Risque. Oh, you live in Canada. Ah, you're from North London. I got you. Just your comments there with the Midlands accent and the old fella, you sounded a bit British to me, so I got you. I think you might have mentioned that before, actually. I think you have, yeah. Yeah, got you. North London in it. I got you. Yeah, I'm sure we've talked before. From my orders are working now. Did nothing. Yeah, I think they've just sorted the problem out, I think, bud. Okay, so that measured move is played out right to the nearest tick. And I'd say, see, we had this one leg up, another leg up, and it looks like 2 legs down as well. So it is. It's weird how it works, isn't it? Let's go to there. How far did that go down? Not quite. Well, I'll leave that there, but I'm just going to fade it out a little bit because I don't want it to overpower. I don't know if that's any better or not, is it? Let's get rid of it, I think, for now. We know it's possible. Wondering if this is the center of the pattern, as Mac mentioned before. The center of the pattern. Yeah. Maybe we'll get a second big leg down. So you are thinking this then, aren't you, mate? Let's go from there to here. Yeah, okay. One leg down, sort of a bit of a slightly upwards correction. So what that means, Nick, if I go short here and things go tits up, I can blame you. I can blame you. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's always useful to have that. And a lot of times when we do correct, it is slightly in the opposite direction, isn't it? So don't quote me. Too late, mate. I've already quoted you. Not sure what's going. Yeah, it's nice to have the option that if we do come out here and maybe retest and break below, then I think it's certainly got. See, the trouble is it can do that, can't it? If you get a good strong downtrend, sometimes it can have a couple of legs up in the opposite direction before it then comes down again. So with saying that, Bill, I will. Yeah, it is a bit. And I think really the good thing to do when it's like this is just sit and watch. Let's just get rid of them because that's mucking things up a bit. It's sort of two legs, isn't it? Yeah, quite often you see that, the legs. But it does often go up slightly, doesn't it? And then it comes, but you just don't know, do you, at the moment? Biden's finished speaking. I think he's at his 3-minute limit, I think. Yeah, he's finished limit now. Okay, so we've had one leg, two legs, one leg, two legs. There is a little bit of resistance there. So you could call this a triple test, couldn't you? But I've given up trying them. Unless it comes down here and goes 1, 2, 3, then I'll consider going short. But at the moment, it's just a bit. It's certainly got an upward bias, but I still think at some point we're likely to break this low, and there is that possibility of another leg. One leg, two legs. Let's draw short-term trend channel. Okay, so I would say from what I'm seeing there, that looks better, but let's do it from here for now. I think the leg's supposed to go there, I think, for the pullback. Yeah, let's put it about there. So that would take us to the top of here. Okay, that could be an area. One leg up, two legs up. So that's a possibility. Let's see if that channel fits where it's just gone up. Close. But I think it's likely to go higher. Short-term trend channel break a new low. Or looking like the bigger range is in play. It looks like that, mate, doesn't it? If we come up to here, then I think, yeah, the second leg might not be. Yeah, let's remove that for a minute. It's possibly, yeah, it just does look like the range at the moment, doesn't it? That looks like a breakout. In fact, let's go with that. It's a small one there, isn't it? That's the low of the day. Probably a safer bet putting that there, I would say. Okay. One leg. I think it's likely. If we can get a second entry off here, things do seem to be going up. Then I may be interested in that, but it's got to be a good one. That's a first entry. I'm not doing it floating here. It wants to be down here to this midline and pop above, I think. Just trading one NQ today. So much fun. I've not tried the NQ. I'm assuming it trades exactly the same as the ES, really, I think. Does anybody trade them both at the same time? I have two charts. suppose the beauty about it's almost like currency, really. If you just traded, I mean, some people do trade the one pair, but if you're trading multiple currency pairs, which I used to do, it obviously ups your chance of finding a trade. They always have them both. Oh, do you really? I suppose the beauty of having them both is you can one chart might just be trading a bit nicer than the other one. Yeah, so I suppose it's got its uses. I've never tried it. I know the point system's different, isn't it? A point isn't a point or ticks isn't the same as it is on the ES, is it? Okay, I'd say there's likely going to be two separate legs. Let's see if that comes close. It does. I've put that to that, but let's bring it down to there, see if they amalgamate. That's not too bad, actually, is it? Okay, I think it's likely now. We're likely to come to the top of this chart. I think top pick trades was a different. Oh, really? I just had a pop up on my screen, actually, on my phone. I do like watching. I like both of them, actually. I like Marco. The thing I like about Marco is trading's very robotic. His speaking's robotic, and it's when he does a chart analysis, there's no grey area with him. It's black or white. You know, he either says I'm interested in that trade, or you can't trade that, and that's why I follow Marco, because I think his personality is, from listening to him speak, is perfectly suited to trading, and just the way he reads the analysis, I really like. But I do follow a top pick trader and Taylor as well, because Taylor goes for 4 points. And obviously, when he publishes videos, I tend to try and watch them all, and I've looked back on his as well, because that's the sort of target I aim for, around about the 3.5 to 4 points. And I think good setups, if you get a really good, strong setups, they always make more points. Which is why, see if I can do one trade a day on 2 contracts of 4 points, $400. It's a great daily, even just a one trade, it's a great daily amount. Have you watched Thomas Wade? He's great. Absolutely, I always watch Thomas Wade's videos. I watch everybody's, really. Not so much the who's the other guy? A lot of people mention Trades by Matt. I don't watch him so much, but I know he's quite popular. But yeah, we definitely are in legs, aren't we? One leg, 2 legs, 1 leg, 2 leg, 1 leg, 2 leg, 1 leg, 2 leg. The legs are a really good indicator, and that's where it reverses. 1 leg, 2 leg reverses, 1 leg, 2 leg reverses, 1 leg, 2 leg reverses, 1 leg, 2 leg. I expect it to come back down, but the legs, same here. 1 leg, 2 leg reverse. That was a little bit of messy, maybe. I don't know. A bit messy there, but same here. 1 leg, 2 leg. A little bit of sideways, but it's a real good indicator of where prices are going. It's just something I'm trying to incorporate a bit more into my trading. And often in the bigger legs, we get the smaller legs as well. Excuse me a couple of minutes. I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. Sorry about that. Okay. This was our target. Yeah, one leg. There's also, looks like another leg in there as well. One leg, two leg. Quite uncanny when you actually look through it. BK Nicholas. It was yesterday. Ah, okay, got you. I'll have a look at that. He hasn't published any videos as Taylor for a while. He seems to have had a few weeks off it because obviously he trades for the same sort of target as me, but he does trade. I think he does wait for the high quality trades. Okay, so yeah, it's a messy old day today. If we can get up here and then maybe get a lower high or a failure, then after we've won up, down, up, I expect them to possibly come down. See what happens. Yeah, so we had that long down stint, didn't we? And then we're going a bit sideways, so maybe we are going to get a push down. We'll see. Okay, this is our target. Either one, I don't mind. I'll remove that. They're about the same level anyway. Touch. Okay, now let's see if we turn there. Trouble is, it's hard to know. That's the only really area touch. So it's hard to know exactly where you could call that a top of a range. I suppose somewhere around about there might look right. It's sitting on the body there. It's touch once there, touch there, close to the body. So let's see if we break through to here. Hey, Sam. How you doing, mate? How you doing? Okay. Once, twice, three. Sitting right on that line there. Right on that second leg line. Now these are areas where they usually reverse, and we're at the top of here. You'd expect it to do so, but it's going to be a lower high for me. See whether we'll come up here or whether we'll drop from there. Two doges on the top. It's definitely found that line. There's no argument there. So are we going to go up a bit higher? We're going to break out. There's obviously some uncertainty there. What do we do? Usually you'd think we'd come down, but we've only really been up there once before for a bunch of time. But it is quite a good strong move up, isn't it? Those two good legs. So you would think if we're in a range day, the likelihood we will be coming down, but whether we're doing it here or here, that's the question. Oh. we're going to do now, bounce off here. So it's going to be a failure then, really, if we can get something going short here. Certainly don't want to be going long, but I don't want to be going short just yet either. I don't want to get trapped going short, only for it to come up here and go short again. So we've got a short-term trend channels push below the EMA, see what happens. There isn't really any second entry that might trigger people to go long, because we've got a sort of a little channel there. And there's probably going to be some people thinking we're going to break this high and maybe get up here. So if we can trap someone going long, then maybe we can take him out with a failure. And what I don't want to do is go short here, only to get trapped myself. Scalp my way back up to -50. Good on you, mate. It's always nice when you get back out of the red, and it's a nice feeling, actually. You feel a little bit more settled then, don't you? Okay, I'd say it's probably likely then we're going to break this high. Possible second entry long. Possibly it's going to tank. It's not. No, I'm going to say you would expect that to come down a lot quicker if we were coming straight down now. Possible failure. Maybe some longs in there. Trying to get a new high. So tempted to just drop an order in there. Yeah, it's bouncing a little bit. It's a bit too dangerous for me. It is a failure. I'd be surprised if there isn't some longs in there. I'd say by what I'm seeing, it's likely to come down, but it is a little bit sideways, a little bit choppy. I'm still not convinced we're going to not break these highs. I'd like to. That's a failure. Wow, it's bouncing around a bit too much now, isn't it? There's no news, but comes below here, then I expect to come down then. 23 ticks in that bar. So he won't help you now, Nick. That's triggered, that has. If it gets below here, I think you're golden then. But I'm still concerned that we're going to break these highs. It is a failure, which is triggered, but painful. Yeah. Trouble is, it's not coming down. You think after it got below that, and the fact that we're in a range, you would think it would just come down a bit quicker. Usually when it starts to move, once we get out of this and it starts to move, it comes down quick then, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Same here, once we're out of this and we bounced off the bottom, then off it goes, but it doesn't come down quick enough for my liking. Excuse me. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't look safe to trade at the moment for me. It's still trying to get up. Maybe. Apart from there or there, I can't see any other interesting places where people might want to go long. You could say one leg, two leg. That might drag a few in. So easy to get trapped here, isn't it? You went long there, you got trapped out. You went long there, you got trapped out. At some point, it's got to move, isn't it? Once it gets down so far. Once it gets down so far, I think it'll fall. Same again, could be another trap. If you recounted this, try to go once, try to go twice, another failure. It's getting below these, but not doing nothing. Yeah, once we get out here, I think we're going to just come down, tumbling down. It's volatile, isn't it? You can see it. Quick movements. Okay, if you recounted that. No, there's your failure there. If you recount it from the top, but it's just things are looking bearish. Certainly, there's no argument there. It's just so easy to get trapped in it. I mean, I'd say once we get below this level, then I'd say we're probably likely going to come tumbling down. After that push, there may have been some longs jumping in there to take up another leg. So once we get below here, somewhere below there, I expect it to come down at the bottom. I'd like to be in there now with my stop above there because I think it's a great place to get ready. Once we get below here, I think we're going to come down a bit quicker. There we go. We sort of knew it was going to happen, didn't we? But the trouble is because it's so up, down, up, down, up, down quickly, that can really get you trapped, can't it? And it gets your nerves going, isn't it? But I thought once we get down below here, then we've dropped 5 points from here, so I wouldn't be shocked if it slows a little bit around here, but keeps coming right the way down at the bottom. Yeah, a little bit of a break around here, and then another leg. Really good in hindsight. Trouble is, you just don't know. Trouble is, technically, there's your high. Try to go once, try to go twice, try to go 3 times. And I mean, I usually like them a little bit close to there. I'd have preferred that top of the body sat right under there, and then I may have been interested. But when it's shooting up and down quickly, it sends the woolies up you, doesn't it? And that could it could likely shoot up quickly and take you out, or come down. I've been caught in stuff like that way too many times. And unless you've got big pockets, it's just risky. Yeah, absolutely. If you've got money to throw into it, and you can sit back and take a bit of risk. Yeah, I'd say this is going to flit around this top of this and then come down another leg. That would make sense. Unfortunately, I can't really see anything great worth getting in. Trouble is, I did look at that, the break, and thought another leg down, but there's nothing really there, is there? One leg, two legs down. You might think we're going up a bit, but there's nothing really there. Apart from that one big signal bar, it's a bit sideways, so there's nothing I can really see. You may have took that one, or that one, but there's nothing I can really see worth taking. We looked at this one, didn't we? But it was just a bit risky. I'll push down. It'll do this for a little bit and then come out again, I think. There's clearly some congestion along here. If you took that, you'd have got an easy 10 points out of that. Oh, you'd have got, well, even if you'd have come out around this middle. That's the frustrating thing, really, isn't it? You can see your head and shoulders. I tend to not look into those. When I used to trade crypto, we used to talk about stuff like that and them type of patterns. But I don't tend to look at them. I don't tend to think about them too much. I never hear Mac or anybody else talking much about them. So I don't know whether they play much of a part, really. Okay, push down, try to go once, try to go twice. This might be an area where it may come down. Oh, they work, do they? Oh, they used to say the teacup and that. I never used to see a bloody teacup, I gotta say. Maybe some kind of wonky teacup. Come on then, let's have you. Everything works sometimes. Yeah, it does. Once we get below here, I think we'll come down again there. We've pushed down, we've tried to go higher a couple of times. Great crow, yeah. Okay, another leg down, I think. Yeah, I mean, if you'd have took a risky one, we thought it would come down here, didn't we? But, you know, sometimes when I say I think this is going to happen, so I'm taking that, I get reminded that people tell me that I should trade what I'm confident I know what's going to happen, not what I think is going to happen. You know what I mean? and it was a little bit too far away from the EMA for my liking, and it could have triggered you, it could have stopped you out, popped up, and then come tanking down. But yeah, sometimes it's worth a riskier trade, and that may have been one of them. But if I don't take it because it's riskier, I'm quite okay with that. If I missed it because I wasn't paying attention, then then I can understand you being a bit miserable, can't you? But yeah. There's still that bit of congestion. As we get a bit lower, then I think we're going to make another leg down here somewhere in some form. Do you know what? I think if I was more experienced when it comes to the emotions, it may have been a trade I'd take, because if you could have comfortably, after that big bar, we knew it was going to slow down here, you could have, brought your stop down. And when that big bar came and you knew it was going to, you could have dropped it round in and got yourself 13.5 points. And you've risked, what's that, 3.25? So 3.75. So it's a 1 to 4 risk reward ratio. But the trouble is, I'm not at the level now where I can take a risk and be comfortable with a loss. If I could take a risk and be comfortable with a loss on a risky trade, then I'll be okay. But I think that comes with time. So there are more experienced traders that may think that's worth a risk, and then we're coming down to here somewhere, 1, the middle line, 2, all this congestion. And a lot of the times where I look at a trade and I think it's likely to do this, I'm definitely right way more than I'm wrong. And the times I'm right, they make quite a bit more points, but I'm still not confident enough to get into something a bit more risky, thinking it's going to do this just yet. But I think that'll come in time. But there are times to take calculated risks. I mean, some traders are by the book, but I listen to the gorilla guy sometimes, and he said, he's a risk taker. Now, trading to a degree is obviously, you're obviously taking risks, but obviously the sensible way to do it is to take the risks that have the most probability of, obviously the most probability of winning. So it depends what your risk averse level is. If you're a risk taker, if you can take risks like that, and if it doesn't work, you can brush it off and go, fine, I'm not bothered, I'm okay. Then that's fine if you can put up with those losses, because you may lose 2 or 3 of those, and you may lose 6 or 9 points, but then you may make 15. So, in balance, it swings in your favour. But if you can put up with those losses, then, that's maybe something will come in time. I did look at that second entry short, but it was a bit too far away from the EMA for my liking. Short-term trend channel break. I expected a new low. ATR's high today. It was under 2 a few days ago. So it's quite high today, and I think there's quite a bit of volatility around, because market is bouncing. There's a lot of movement, and it's bouncing an awful lot. But there's quite a bit of congestion around this area. Do that sometimes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure now we're moving down. It's always very easy. Yeah, it certainly is, mate. Have you traded? How do you say your name? Is Ekitri? Have you traded with Gorilla today? I did sign up for the free week, but I haven't seemed to be able to work out. I did message actually yesterday. I haven't seemed to be able to work out how to get on. I was just going to have it playing quietly in the background without no sound, just to keep it on the screen, just to see what he's up to. But I don't know whether you. I believe he does it with Zoom, but I don't know whether. How do you get a notification? Does he email you? Do you have to download Zoom, or just? I don't quite understand how it works. Just heads up to everyone. It says for March. It expires in 7 days. Yeah, we knew it was about that one. Trade forward. Yeah. Yeah. We knew it was around about a week before, something like that, isn't it? About a week before the end of March. Yeah, it's frustrating when there's no real entries, is there? Yeah, what? I'll just give you. He's on a Discord. Send him your Discord user. Oh, okay. Is that you have to do it? Because I had a chat with you, didn't I? You said he trades similar to me, trades the same style, but tries to goes for more points. So, does he only trade for an hour and a half every day, or does he sometimes trade for longer? Because an hour and a half doesn't seem long, does it? So, when you open Discord, is he there on a video? Because I heard he was on Zoom. So I'm not quite sure. I'm not a fan of Discord. I got to say, I just find it so blooming confusing. It's not a simple piece of software to use, is it? Stuff everywhere, and it doesn't seem to make much sense. I didn't know whether you just go onto the Discord and he pops up, or whether, because I know someone said he was on Zoom, so I didn't know whether I'd have to download Zoom or. That's just enough for like morning volume. Yeah. I don't know if it's. Yeah, I suppose so. And he does take quite a few trades. He's definitely a risk taker, and he loses more trades probably than the average trader. But when he wins one, like he said before, when he wins one, it's not about how many trades you win or lose. It's about how many points you get when you win, which is obviously right. Your losses are always kept to a minimum, aren't they? Anywhere from 2 to 4 points. But your wins, if your wins are double that, obviously your win to reward ratio doesn't need to be nowhere near as healthy as a lot of us. He trades live in Discord. Lessons during his live broadcast, approximately 2 hours and sometimes later. So I'm assuming you just go onto Discord and he okay. I did consider paying for a month. I just thought about putting it on a separate screen so I can just keep an eye on it. I want to just see how he trades a bit. I've seen some of his videos, but videos don't necessarily give you the full picture of what someone's like. So I thought it might be nice to just sort of watch him for a bit and then see how he gets on. But I do like his talk. I like the way he's a confident trader. He seems to know what he's doing. Now, I know he does take some riskier try. I mean, you probably laugh at this, but I know sometimes he takes, no lag. That's the big thing. Is I know he takes some risky trades on his videos, and he shows the losses that I wouldn't have taken. But when you watch him, you've got the choice of. I think for me, it's just helping me have more confidence to go for more points, really. I don't really want to watch him and copy him because he takes probably the same sort of trades. But I know he does take slightly riskier trades. So sometimes it's just nice to have someone else's opinion there, sort of, I don't want to say holding your hand, really, but more sort of guiding you or something. There's a lot of congestion around here, support and resistance, which has caused that a little bit. But there's quite a bit all the way down, actually, so I don't think it's going to be as smooth as this. It might be a lot of this all the way down, and the trouble is getting into trades in here, they just make you nervous, don't they? See, watching him, actually, might help my confidence, just have him on in the background while I'm doing my stream. Just to see how he's marking my charts. If anything, it might help me get trapped a bit less. If obviously he's way more experienced than me, and sometimes just seeing how someone else is drawing their charts, it just bolsters what you're seeing, really. Hoping we can come back up here and retest this bottom and sit below there, because I'd be interested in taking a short there. Yeah, if we can get a push up to somewhere, sort of almost like two little legs. I'm still thinking we're likely to come down to here. Thing is, we've had this range, and that's clearly. Oh no, tell a lie. Yeah, it'd be nice if it can retest here somewhere, wouldn't it? And then I'd happily go short there and maybe try and take. It's actually quite a lot of points available there from top to bottom. 5, 10, 15. There's a lot. There's quite a lot of points. Yeah, there's definitely comfortably 20 points from top to bottom. Get a good setup. Unfortunately, does make you wonder whether all these experienced guys jump in around here and drop the market if they know where it's likely to go. It's okay when you got bigger pockets, isn't it? I'm starting to wish I'd have took that now. 5, 10, 15, 20. I could have sewn up my evaluations today. Oh, there we go. Okay. Straight to the middle line there. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to give us a setup, is it? Okay, I'm just going to take a break for a quick 5 minutes. I'm going to make a cup of tea, and I'll be back with you. Okay, exactly what I thought. Straight down the bottom. Look at that. It's just frustrating when there's nowhere in, isn't it? One leg, two legs. Let's have a look. Yeah, we may. Yeah, I think that's a safe bet to assume it's the bottom. Trouble is, I'm leaving them. I get caught. I've been caught out in so many of them. As much as I think it's likely to push up. Yeah, it's just risky. Mega shame. Yeah, it is, mate. It is. It is frustrating when you pretty much know where it's going to go, but so that might come with experience. See, it's touching the bottom of there, absolutely beautiful, isn't it? So this may be a place to go long, but I'm not experienced enough and confident enough. So if you can take that, maybe a small risk, and if you're going to run it back to here, you're going to get, what, 3 or 4 to 1. So, you know, when you've been trading years and you can put up with taking that, it's not, I say it's not a big bar. It's not small, is it? What is it? 7.5, 8.5. That's only a 1.5. So you might say it's worth risking that, even just to run it back up here. So you could call that a high or low, couldn't you? Yeah, it's a small risk, actually. It was smaller than I thought it was. Only a 1.5, so tick above, tick below. It's a 2-point risk, which is not massive. So it's not a terrible place to take it, I don't think. But my experience at the moment and my confidence level just doesn't need the extra bashing, really. If I take that and lose that, I'll be going down, I don't know, $110 minus. I'd rather stay where I am. You're willing to bet, get more chances? Yeah, maybe. See, there is a lot of congestion around here, so same again, because people are a bit unsure what we're doing, so I'd say there's a good chance it's going to be going up and down for a little while, and that's the frustrating thing when you're in a trade like that. There's nothing worse than being punished for the next 10 minutes only to be shat on by it ticks below and then goes up like a flipping rocket. And we certainly seem to be, I don't know whether we're in some might have that marked as a downtrend. I don't think it really matters whether you have or not. Excuse me. Yeah, when we had that strong push down and we bounced on the top, we tried to go up once, tried to go twice, both rejected, and then it came down, down, down. A little bit around this congestion here. Then as soon as it got below this congestion, which is the midline, boom, down it went quick. And that went down, what, probably 8 points, didn't it? Something like that. Oh, more, 10 points. 10 points straight down. So the more you sit and watch this, the more we sort of have a good idea of what's going on. But the second we jump in and take a trade based on what we pretty much always get right, it backfires. So, one leg, two leg. Excuse me a second. To take a possible short here. It's not come to them anyway, so. One leg, two leg. Risky going short into that, isn't it? The only way I'd even be interested in that remotely is if that bar sat below here and it spiked above it. Or it could be a failure back up. Even if you took that back up as a failure, I mean, you wouldn't have far to ride it really before it might change its mind. got the same issue as here, haven't we? We weren't really sure what we were doing. A little bit of sideways before we finally made a mind up, and then we came down to the top, and then we were like, what we're doing, a little bit more sideways before it staggered down. So we may get similar pattern up. Quick push above this and a little bit of... See, you may not have that drawn. See, I think it helps you with it there or with it gone. I know Mac talks about taking them off the swings, doesn't he? Let's have a look. Which would be there and there, wouldn't it? Trouble is that would take it out here. Yeah, it's just giving you nothing, is it? I got to say, I'd say the last 6 months have been really hard going. Maybe not more, not as much as that, maybe a bit more, but it's just changed. The markets, there's way less setups. It's way more volatile. There's way more range days. When I started, I thought it was easy. There was just so many setups. You could get 3 or 4 good setups. Well, 3 or 4 good trades, even if you were taking great trades. But at the moment, it's just so much more risky. You've really got to be on your game. It didn't seem that difficult before. It seemed a lot easier to understand and a lot easier to follow, but it's just so hard. So unpredictable. See, if you forget that and you just call it a range day, you may take that as a lower high, you may take it as a failure. Even though, you know, but you just don't know. This could be a break and a new low, or it could hit the EMA, come down a bit more. The way that's come up there now tells me that that range might look about right. Or it might even sort of go from here. Maybe there, I don't know. I suppose it really matters either way. So let's see if we continue down, or at least what I think I should do, Nick, is put down your measured leg back, mate, because you mentioned that earlier and I took it away of it, didn't I? So that now may be our new target. So you might have been right all along. Trouble is, when it was going back up, you'd think. But that's certainly looking viable now. 2 legs down, break the new low of the day. It's almost like a very shallow. No, it's not. Let's forget that. Yeah, that's the trouble. Based on what we've seen before, you think we bounce up, but I'm not convinced we're going to. I think we may have that second leg down. It was higher here, the same there, lower here, so it's almost like every time it comes up, it's coming down lower. We'll soon find out if we smash through this. I'd say there's going to be some longs in there. Another easy place to get trapped. Get below here. Then I'm thinking we may work our way down here. Lower the day there. We seem to be getting more and more days like this where just not a lot happens. I mean, we've been here, what, near 3 minutes off 3 hours, and not what I would call one good trade. Quite lucky I nicked that point earlier this morning. At least I've gone away a bit green. That one there, I looked at it. The trouble is, for me, it's gone a little bit sideways and it's a bit too far away from the EMA. And not just that, I'd have probably expected it to come down, but obviously we got this bottom down here. You could have got a couple of points out of that, maybe 3, 2.5. Yeah, you'd have got 2.5 points out of that. It's just making me nervous. It seems to be going a little bit sideways. I think when it gets through there, if it gets through there, then I expect it to come down and break the lows, and then obviously maybe have this eventually work its way down to this second leg. But see how it's starting to look sideways. It's making me a bit nervous. Yeah, see, you can go for slightly riskier trades there. If you're going for sort of a point or a point and a half, it makes things easy. But I'm going for double yours, so I've got to sort of look at this. There's no way I could. There's no reason why I couldn't change it and go for something a bit smaller. But if I'm in a patient mood, which I seem to be at the moment, strangely enough, that's not close enough to the EMA for me. I prefer it to push through and to have that bar sat close to, ideally that bar sat on top of this range line before. But I think if that goes through, it'll go through pretty sharpish. I'd say after that big strong push down and two legs, I think there's highly likely there's going to be some long trades there picking that off the bottom. So I think if it breaks through there, we might have a little bit of a drop. Certainly towards the low of the day. And then if we get down here, then I'd bet we will likely come down and have another leg. Yeah, so there was a bit of a push through there. There is a bit more right on that midline. I'd say it's going to slow a little bit there and maybe do a bit of sideways. Then once it gets below there, low of the day. Yeah, it's not a terrible trade to take. I mean, with what we're seeing here, the bit that, yeah, see, there might be a lot of, but I'd say there's a damn lot of buy orders in there to cause that. Yeah, so there'll be a lot of bigger investors having buy orders down here to push that up like that. 23 points, 23 tick bar. And if they're coming in here, I'd say there's probably a good chance then we may push up a bit. Yeah, it takes a lot of buy orders, doesn't it, to do that? Yeah, 19. What's that total move quickly there? Once it hit that. Yeah, that's the best part of, well, we're talking 9 points really, straight up. So you've got a trader mate that uses order flow as well, and he's aware of buy orders that may be sat there. See, so I think that helps him keep on the straight and narrow. If you can see your order flow there and see that there might be a load of buy orders potentially sat at a certain level, it can give you a bit of an indication where maybe to get out. And I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I've never used order flow myself, but I know he talks about it now and again. Well, that's been a slow old day, isn't it? Trouble with this, there's definitely a bit of a trend there, looks to me. I got no qualms with that. But this could be a breakout, could be a couple of legs up and then a new low, but it's also a bit congested and it's also the bottom of the range, so it's just same again, so unpredictable. Could be one leg, two leg, might break up here and come down. It's just, yeah, that fell, yeah. Yeah. It's just, it's not clear to me, and you know, when I start to feel that unsure feeling, I think I'm best personally stay out of stuff. There's nothing that's filled me with confidence to go there, and I am trying to improve, and I think my ability to read charts is okay. You know, I certainly don't feel like a complete beginner anymore. I think I'm okay at reading charts, but I think my weakness is the patience gets the better of me and I take trades. Well, probably I shouldn't have done. The trouble is, if I take 3 trades in a day, let's say I take a win, a loss and a win, I'm up the equivalent of 1 trade, whereas I could have saved myself the stress of taking 3 trades and just waited for that one good one and still be the same amount of money up. So I think what I need to do is reduce the amount of trades and increase the standards of and make better choices. And I think partly that comes with time, but I think it's something I need to work on as well. And sometimes I like the fact that I can sit and have a chat, because it stops me sitting in silence. It helps me process things and think through ideas. Sometimes I feel better when I can hear myself sort of talking about it rather than thinking in the quiet. And I think that takes away some of the helps to give my patience that little bit more of a push. But I still do suffer, as you lot well know. Yeah, it's so unpredictable, isn't it? You would think this would be an area. There is some congestion here and the tops of it there, so I think touch right in the middle there. We may get a break here. I'd like to think we come to here if we don't push up completely, but yeah, it's quite a bit of congestion there. Still a little, yeah, you and me both, Jonathan. I think it's possible we could have a break here. We can have a second entry off here. Then I think I may take that. Get down here somewhere. But there's definitely some congestion around here. You're short, are you? Ooh. I don't think I'll be ready to go short. I'd want to see a break of this. I think it's feasible there'll be a break and a new high. Okay, possible second entry long. I'm going to get a nice big bullish bar off here. Then I'm
Order
interested in
submitted.
taking that even to the tops. This, I think, depending on how it finishes. It's also oh no, it's not. It's definitely a second entry long. It is congested here, but we have sort of, there's almost, zoom out. Yeah, I know what you're saying. There are some tops here, but there's also tops here, tops here, tops here, and tops here, and resistance here. So I would say that line, I'd say that is more likely going to come to here, personally. It's a naff signal bar anyway, but that would be the area for me where it bounce off. I think there's more resistance there. It may come up and bounce in between here a little bit, but I think that would be more for me. Trouble is the signal bar wasn't brilliant, although I think it's certainly going to make new highs. If it makes new highs, see, I think it's likely to top.
Order cancelled.
I mean, you could say it's a failure, but for me, we've just broke out of this range, this channel, sorry, and if we break out of a channel, usually we'll make a new extreme, which is going to take us in this area, which is closer to the top. I was hoping that might break below here. Because you can count that or recount it. So it's a second entry there. And also if you recount that possible second entry along there, I don't like the fact that that bar isn't here. I've seen some people go off here. They just come a little bit far further back. Tyler, yeah, triple test. I would prefer that bar to be at the same place as this. I got you. hate when it does that. So that's about there, isn't it? That looks okay, doesn't it? Thanks, mate. Feeling lost at the moment. Might have to call it soon. Yeah, it's a bit painful, isn't it, at the moment? Cheers for sending that, bud. Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to go off the first couple of swings, isn't it? One leg down, two legs down. Can I point? Yeah, go on, mate. What are you looking at? If you look at the structure a little more zoomed out. Yeah, go on then. Looking bearish. You think it's bearish? Yeah, well, it's definitely. You would definitely say it's a range day. There's no argument there. It depends. If it came down and beat this, came down to the lows, I would say then yeah. Put it this way: with seeing this bigger trend, the only thing I'm interested in, I'd be interested in, is taking shorts at the moment. But apart from here, every time we've come down, we've broken off. So it's just so hard to say at the moment. If we can break below here, break below these lows, then yeah, I'd think so. But we've had, you could say it was a bigger push up there, but we had this bearish bit, and then we had a push up, bit of sideways, and another push up, another push up. So yeah, with ranging, I'd say, but at the moment things are bearish. At the moment, yeah, we're in this bit of a downtrend at the moment. Then draw the line at the neckline. I'm not sure what you mean, the neckline. What about the neckline will be here, wouldn't it? I haven't got a clue what you're right below that we trace up here. You're about here. You're about like two shoulders there. It's a diagonal. You're about this being the head, are you, or something? I'm not sure what you mean, bud. The trouble is you're about 15 seconds behind me, so if I'm saying something... Oh, no, he's talking about patterns. I just can't see. Head and shoulders. That's the only thing I can see is the head. And these are the shoulders. No, we don't usually do it as price action. That's the left shoulder. Okay, so you're on about, there's the head, yeah? Okay, let's do it like that. So there's the head, yeah? It's a small head. Okay, let's get rid of the head. You're on about that being the head, yeah? One shoulder, two shoulder, yeah? Yeah. 39.20. It's about here. And about here there, yeah? One shoulder, two shoulder, head. Something like that, yeah? Is that the head? And these are the shoulders. One shoulder, two shoulder. I'd say if that's his shoulder, it's severely dislocated. Right before the push up. Yep. Oh, that's it. Okay. The shoulders look like that. He does, doesn't he? He looks like he's been carrying something really heavy for a long time there, doesn't he? Yeah, I sort of get what you mean. He's a strange looking guy, but I get what you mean. Yeah, we don't usually use stuff like that in price action, to be fair. Which is why I was looking a bit confused. I know, there's certain patterns I sort of follow. I got you. There's certain patterns I follow. Sort of wedges, ascending and descending wedges, stuff like that, because I do swing trade a little bit of crypto. Just with this bigger trend pattern at the moment, this bigger trend channel at the moment, I'm thinking down. And obviously we've got this possible second leg down, which I think is likely, but obviously we need to break below this area. It's a slow market this afternoon, isn't it? It's times where it was bouncing around. Yeah, I see what you're saying now, yeah. See, that'll be the head, that'll be the first shoulder, that'll be the second shoulder, but you've done it a bit wider, haven't you? Adopted lots of ideas over time. Yeah, I think as we sort of study and we look at things on our own time, we pick up little tips and hints that may help us. And there's certainly nothing wrong with that. All these bits of knowledge can aid you sometimes. Excuse me a sec. Okay, so that looks like the possible idea. So we got a new high. If we can get a lower high. One leg down, two legs down. See, it's frustrating. We pretty much know where it's going, don't we? If you play, yeah, I know what you're saying, mate. I know what you're saying. It's congested around there, isn't it? I'm gonna say we really don't get a lot of good setups. When you do get a really good setup, you're almost like in shock. It's hard to sort of believe it sometimes. Sometimes if I get a setup, I gotta have a quick look and scan what I'm missing. It's hard to believe it. Okay, one leg down, another leg down. I'm expecting this to come down. If it can break below here, then the next level is down here with a little bit of congestion around here. Once it can get below here, then I'm thinking this second leg down. Nothing really there, was there? We're still on the 0323 as well, bud. You won't get any other volume. You won't get any volume if you jump forward 3 months, will you? I don't think. Yeah. See if there is any volume on the other one. Oh yeah, there is some. In fact, I don't know what's just that because you've got. Yeah, I'd say there's. Right. Yeah, we just had a massive. Yeah, it's quite a lot actually. We just had a massive big spike there. Big spike up. Wow. There's not a huge amount of difference really. I don't get that. Oh well. You took some trade. Oh, did you? It's not. It's not actually a lot of difference between the two. Okay, once it gets below here, then I think. Yeah, it is a shame to see that. We pretty much know we're going to get 2 legs down. Heading out. Absolutely. Let's have a junk out now. Yeah, it does make a difference when there's a bunch here. Yeah, you take it easy, mate. Have a great weekend, bud, and we'll see you. We'll catch up next week. Have a good weekend. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably going to knock up the head myself. How long have we been going? 3.5 hours. Yeah, I can't see much more happening. I can see us coming down. Yeah, I'm just getting one of those feelings today. There's not going to be a lot around. There's areas to get caught and trapped. It's still quite, I think it's quite likely we're going to come down here now. But we're a way away from that's eating a few of those up. I thought it might have a little push. Next level's here, and then I think down here. Yeah, it's unfortunate there's nothing there. Yeah, there was definitely some there. We had a quick spike down, didn't we? Once we get below here, I don't think it'll be long before we hit another leg. Unfortunately, there's no way in. It is frustrating to see 10 points move down from here and not have no way in. That's frustrating, isn't it? Yeah, I can't see this. That's it, I think, for me today, guys. Fortunately, I got a 1.25 earlier on, but there just hasn't been a massive amount of trades, to be honest with you. It's been a tough old day. But, okay. That's your lot then. Okay, so have a great weekend. Stay safe. And I will be back here Monday. The end of next week, Friday, I'm off the Friday. And the following Monday, I'm going away for a long weekend with the family. So there'll be no trading a week today and on the following Monday. So have a great weekend. Guys, and I will see you all bright and early on Monday morning. Take it easy.